Hey guys, Matt here with the Rod Rig. Today we are out here. We're gonna get this Toyota Land Cruiser set up with a great rod holding solution. Let's get into it. All right, so here we have the Rod Rig assembly. I've got this one set up right now with 4 rod holders. Each one's gonna come with 5. When you pull it out of the box, you're gonna find a couple of things. First, you're gonna find this telescoping crossbar assembly. So that's this aluminum tube with a telescoping smaller aluminum tube here. There's a 4.5-inch industrial vacuum cup on either end. So you're gonna have that, and then you're gonna have 2 smaller boxes. Those smaller boxes have the parts for the rod holders. So we call this piece that attaches to the crossbar the holder, and then these are the hooks for obvious reasons. So you're going to assemble those quickly and easily with the included tool, and then we can go ahead and install this. I've got the 4 rod holders installed on this crossbar right now. You can install the crossbar before putting the rod holders on them. It's very, very easy to install them, to add them, to remove them, and then to move them around. So I'm just going to quickly demonstrate how we would remove this rod holder. I'm going to loosen the thumb screw here and then just slip it off. I'll set this aside and we'll reinstall it after we get the crossbar in. All right, so I've got the Rod Rig in place here over on the passenger side. You start on whichever side you want. I'm gonna flip this vacuum cup up. I've already done this, but you're gonna wanna use the included alcohol wipe to clean off the surface of the suction cup, as well as your window. That's gonna get rid of any grime, mold release from the manufacturing process, and get this thing ready to install. So again, I've already done that, but just a quick wipe and you'll be all set. I'm gonna flip this back down. I'm gonna lift it into position. I want the crossbar to be flat. You can make fine adjustments later if you need to. So I've got it nice and flat against the window. I'm gonna put a little pressure on there, a couple of pumps like that, and you're gonna feel it start to stick. Probably, 6, 8, 10, something. You want that white line to disappear, and that's how we know it's in there really good. All right, so we're here on the driver's side. Obviously, we're coming up a little short here, so we're just gonna telescope the tube out. I'm gonna look at the other side. Get it matched up pretty good. Again, a little bit of pressure. 6 to 10. White line is gone, and we are in business. All right, so this is one of the rod holders. This is kind of what's at the core of the system. We've got a knob here that allows us to tighten down from this T-slot nut. So this shape here fits perfectly around that larger profile that we have. These little nubs here keep it centered from twisting. And then this piece of hardware here sits up in there, and as you tighten this down, it's gonna cinch down and tighten to keep this from sliding. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna loosen this back up. I'm gonna throw it up there. I'm gonna push it up so that it can slide onto that extrusion, and then we'll snug it down. All right, so before I throw the rod holding assembly into the crossbar, I thought I'd show you what it looks like on the backside here. We have the holder, we have the 2 hooks. They slot together. They actually press together here really nicely, kind of in a slot and tab situation. And then each hook has threaded inserts, metallic threaded inserts in it. So you're just gonna tighten these 2 pieces of hardware in there using the included tool, and then you're all set. So I've got an opening here at the top of the rod holder. I'm gonna slide that over this smaller piece, and then I'm gonna slide the rod holder with the T-slot nut lined up into that channel. Be really obvious once you're on there. And then we're on. I'm gonna put it like right here for now. Tighten that down. It's not going anywhere. All right, so I'm gonna start to place these rod holders where I think I want them based on where I want my rods. To do that, I'm gonna just loosen this like a half a turn, slide it around. I'm gonna tuck a couple of them up kind of close to this passenger side headrest, like so. Leave room to slip the rod up there. Tighten that into place. Set. All right, so I'm going to demo this quickly with a fly rod here. I'm not going to break it down. I'll go to this holder right here. We're going to press up against the bungees and let it slide into place. What I'm noticing now, obviously we just installed this, is the rod's tipped up a little bit high, and the tip of the rod is hitting the front headliner there. We can actually leave that. I'm okay with it, but it would not be difficult to loosen those suction cups and tip the whole thing down. All right, so we've got a fly rod in here, and based on kind of the geometry, we got a really deep pillar here. It's actually useful to have the handle sticking out behind the holder, which is just totally fine. We've got these tensioning members, kind of bungee cords right here that allow us to actually just grab the rod itself versus the handle. So again, depending on your vehicle and your preference, if I had broken this rod in half, I could stick this up through here with the other small piece, no problem. So the whole idea here, a lot of options, a lot of adjustability based on your vehicle, your rods, and your preference. Again, based on your vehicle, your rods, your preference, you have to kind of determine where you want your rods to land up there. One of the unique things about the rod rig and one of the patented things about the rod rig is the ability to hold the rod just at one point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this rod. I'm going to break it in half here, and I'm going to put it back in the rod holder here. Problem solved. All right, so uninstalling your rod rig is as simple as releasing the vacuum cups. There is a bit of a trick to that though. You want to pull up on these two nubs on the sides. You're going to hear the vacuum release, and you're all set. All right, so then we'll release this side. Doesn't necessarily have to be both nubs, just getting one to let some air in there. All right, so with that, your rod rig is installed. You know how to use it. If you have any questions, comments, feedback, give us a call, shoot us an email, leave a comment. Thanks for watching.